The final part of this home page is to create the footer area. If we go down to the finished version, this is the area right at the bottom here, which is going to be split into 3 sections. We'll have a form on the left-hand side to sign up via email. We'll have the text in the center about the location, and we'll also have some navigation links over on the right. You may also notice that we have some icons too, down at the bottom for social media links. And these are all going to be provided with a library called Fontawesome. So let's begin by installing this into our project by heading over to fontawesome.com. This has a free version, so let's click on this button just here. There is a free and a paid pro version. We just need this free version for our needs, which we can download from this button just here. There is different ways to use it. We can just click on the download and start that off. There's different ways to install for libraries such as Vue, React, and we can also download to using tools such as Sketch. Next up, make sure we are on the web section here and click on the download, which will kick off the installer. Websites like this do often have a habit of changing designs and layouts, so if it looks a little different from this, just take a look for the download. There is also a CDN link available too, but I'm going to download these and add these directly into our project. You can also feel free to check out the icons with this link here, and you can see all the available icons which were just downloaded. And we're using some of these throughout the project. So let's begin by opening up the folder. The name of the folder includes the version number, and I'm just going to shorten this down to Fontawesome, so it's easy to work with. And then move these over to our project. If we open up the Tranquil BS folder into the CSS, we can then drag over the full Fontawesome folder and place it into there. Now, if we open up the sidebar and then into the CSS, just make sure this folder has been included. Inside of the Fontawesome folder, I'm going to link to the minified version of all fonts. This is in CSS, and then this is all.min.css. We can add the file path in the index page. If we go up to our CSS links in the header, I'm going to add the link just above our custom CSS. Let's add a comment of Fontawesome. The link. So this one again is in our CSS folder. It's in the Fontawesome folder after this. Then CSS /all.min.css. Okay. And this is all we need to do now to link Fontawesome to our project. We'll test this is all working soon when we get to adding them in the footer. For now though, let's get to work with adding the footer, which we can see here. We can add a container down at the bottom to hold this. So down at the bottom, just above our JavaScript, let's add a comment of footer section. I'm going to use the HTML footer element for this. We can still add the same classes of container fluid and also py5 to add some padding. Inside here, this takes in a div with the class of row, so we can then nest inside our columns. The first one is going to be for the social media section of Stay Connected on the side, which is going to be a title, a sign up form, and then we'll add our social media icons later on. Since there's 3 different sections, we can split this up into 4 columns each with a class of call sm4. The text in a level 5 heading of Stay Connected. After this, let's place in our form. We don't need an action since we're just creating the HTML structure for now. Inside of here, we're going to add a div which is going to surround or group together our form elements. These are going to take in some Bootstrap classes. The first one is going to be form row to make an inline form. Then the second one of form group to group together our inputs. So this form is only going to contain the email address input and then the button. The input on the left is going to be 8 columns wide, and then we can use the remaining for the sign up button. So let's create our sections for these. The first one is for the input. So this will be call SM8. And then the one for our button just below for the remaining 4 sections. Let's start with the form input. This is going to be an input with the type of email, the Bootstrap classes of form control, then some placeholder text of email address. Then down to the button section. So the button is going to have the text of sign up. It also needs a type. We'll add the type of submit inside of here. Then the Bootstrap classes, the first one of BTN, then BTN primary to give it the blue color. We'll also be adding a little Fontawesome icon to the right hand side of the text, but we'll come back to this in just a bit. So give that a save and let's see how this is looking. Reload. And there's our form at the bottom. And we'll add the social media icons very soon, which we see just here. For now, just after the form, we'll add a comment. So social media icons, and we'll come back to these very soon. After this closing div, we have 2 more sections, which are 4 columns each. The next one is going to be for the text, and then the navigation on the right. So a div with the class of call SM4. This one will have a level 5 heading, and this time the text is our setting, and a comma. Afterwards, all we're going to do is add the P element with some sample text. So again, if you're using Visual Studio Code, you can type in lorem and then hit tab. This is all we need to do for our middle section. So now after our call SM4, we can add one more, which is for our list items on the right. Class call SM4. This one will also have a level 5 heading of navigation, followed by a unordered list, which will contain our navigation links. The Bootstrap class for the unordered list is list group. And list items, which takes in the class of list group item. These are going to be links, so let's add the A element inside of here. The href for the link. So this one is going to be for the blog. So this is blog.html. We haven't created this page just yet, but we'll add the text of blog. Copy and paste. This one is for the contact page. This will be contact.html. Then the text of contact us. And then one more link for the privacy policy. And let's remove the href. Give that a save. Over to the browser. Okay, there's all the content which we now need. We're going to now apply a little bit of CSS just to finish off this page. Starting with these blue links just here. Let's go over to our style.css. Oh, sorry, our custom.css. And outside of the media query, let's target the footer, beginning with the links. So these are the A elements. We can reset the color to be a value of 212529. See how this is looking. Okay, much better. So now if we go back over, in fact, if we shrink the browser down first, we see things need a little bit more spacing. Things such as if we scroll down, the golden title, which is here, needs a little bit of spacing on the top and bottom, down to the footer, and also this input and the button needs some spacing too. To fix this, over in the custom.css, I'm going to create a new media query targeting a maximum width of 768 pixels. So these styles will only work on the small screens. So just after this media query, we can add one new one, add media. I'm going to target these screens and also the maximum width of 768 pixels. Add the curly braces. So let's start by adding the margin top for the title. This is the golden title that we just seen before. And 1M is fine for this. We can then add some spacing onto our button by targeting the footer button. So this will only take effect on any buttons inside the footer. Margin top, also to be a value of 1M. Save and then reload. So we have some more spacing around there. We have our spacing above the titles too. Finally, to finish off, I'm going to add some padding and also a border bottom to each one of these sections. These sections are also from the footer, and we can grab each div with the class of call sm4. A border bottom. Just add a line to separate each one of 1 pixel. A solid line. And a color of DDD. Then some padding inside of 20 pixels on the top and bottom. And then 10 pixels on the left and right. Open this up, refresh. Okay, so it looks as though we've got an extra line inside of here. So let's take a look. Down at the footer. So this is just next to the button. So I have one just below there. And this is the extra one we have here. And these are supposed to be for medium devices. Let's change this to be MD. So these are on their own lines on the smaller devices. And they only break onto the row next to each other on medium devices and above. Save and refresh. Okay, good. And this now looks much better on the smaller and also for the larger screens. So all that's left to do now for this footer is to add the social media icons. So back over to the footer, we created a comment, and we'll also add these to the sign up button. The free version allows us to access 2 different styles of icon, which is called brands and solid. Solid icons, as they sound, are a solid black icon and useful for things such as a company or credit card icon. We use the CSS class FAB for brand and FAS for solid. They are regular and light versions too, but these are only available on the Pro version. Let's begin in the sign up button. We can add a Fontawesome icon by using the I element. I'm going to add these onto a separate line so it's more clear. Open up the I element. And then this needs a class. Inside of here, we first specify which type of button we want. If we want the solid or the brand version. I'm going to go for the solid version. So we type in FAS, which is Fontawesome Solid. And then we type in the name of the icon. Before, when we're on the Fontawesome website, you can get the name of each icon just underneath. And we add these in by adding a class name of FA. And then the name of angle double right. Give that a save and then reload the project. Down in the footer area, we now have the double angle right icon, which we just added in. And then we can go back over to our project and add the icons just below this for our social media section. So just under the social media icons, we're going to do exactly the same by adding the I element. The class this time is going to start with FAB, so it's the brand icons, the name of FA. This is going to be for our Facebook icon. So Facebook-square. And then a third class, which is optional, and this is to make the fonts twice the size. We can do this with FA and then 2x. I'm going to copy and paste this in 3 more times. The second one, we'll replace Facebook with Twitter. The third one, this is going to be for Instagram. And the last one is Pinterest. All the rest will stay the same. So check this out in the browser. And we miss an Instagram. And this doesn't need square on the end. Sorry about that. Save this and then over to Chrome, reload. And now we have our 4 icons. And that's it now for our home page for our Bootstrap template. I hope you've enjoyed this section and learned a lot about using Bootstrap. Coming up in the next section, we'll finish off this project by adding the additional pages, such as the blog and the contact us page. So thank you, and I will see you there.